So, good afternoon. In today's class, we will be going on learning what is tuple and what is list in Python. So, for that, I will go with the hands-on sessions by using the Google Colab. So, in the yesterday class, I have gone with doing the theory concepts regarding list and tuples. So, in today's class, we will go with the hands-on sessions using Google Colab. So, firstly, I will go with sharing the screen. So open the Google Chrome. So when you go with directly Google Chrome, so so in the upper barrow, so you type google.com. So once you get the google.com, so now you go with type Google Colab, Google Colab, Google Colab. So first you will get collab.research.google.com. So click on that particular link. So it will show you like this. Okay, so welcome to Google Collaboratory. So in that you will directly go with a cancel. Now you have to log in. Okay, so while logging, so you log in with a different account. So I am using my account. So you can use your Gmail accounts there. So when you go, so log in with your Gmail account. Okay, so if you are when you log in with a Gmail account, so on the left right side you will so see your profile pic. So if you are of the Gmail account, so as you are very new to the notebook, so if you are going to create any exercises, click on new notebook. Okay, so for now I have already done with a set of statements. So this is the hands-on session. I am doing this. So I will click that particular thing. So as you are new, you have to go with the new notebook. Okay, so new notebook. So once that will be opened here, so you can for each and everything you have to type in the code segment. So you'll be having two segments. One is code, the other one is text segment. So when you are here, so I move this particular thing. Okay, so I can't move. So first you have to go with a connect. So click to connect, it is showing. Click on arrow button and you tell to connect to hosted runtime. So hosted runtime, it will make you to connect there. So it will tell you connecting, initializing, and finally you will get RAM and disk. So this arrow button, right click on the arrow button. So you will get two things. One is RAM, the other one is disk. So now it will show you that when you click on that, it will show you connected to Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. So if this is there, you can see what is the RAM size. So out of 12.7, you have what is the RAM size you make available? It is 0.76 GB. So 0.76 GB is the allocated thing. So now you run each and everything. So this is the first we go with yesterday's class. So in yesterday class, first we have gone with the tuples. So what is a tuple? Tuple is a each and everything is a set of elements. So only concept what you have the difference between list and tuple is inside the tuple you can't change any values, whereas inside the list you can change all the values. So now once you place each and everything there, now you run your program. So executing the program, it will print of stat tuple will show you all the values which are there inside the tuple. So after that, now you come for accessing the tuple items and range of indices and negative indices. So run this particular, you won't get this one. So when you run, this is a stat tuple. How many elements are there? Totally 5 elements are there. Print of stat tuple will give you the value, that is how many elements are there. So I will run each and everything. First, when you go with a print of stat tuple, it will print all the 5 values. So print of stat tuple 2, that means at location 2, what is the value you are having? and 0, 1, 2. So at location 2, you are having the value Anjani. So Anjani is printed here. So similarly, you come with a print of stat tuple -2. So -2 means you start from the last. This one is -1, this one is -2. So -2 value, you are getting it as Shamma. So that will be printed here. So similarly, you go with stat tuple 2:5. So start from 2 and you end at 5. So after 2, what are all the things you are getting? So 3, 4, 5. So entire values up to 5, you will get all the values. So keep in your mind, 2 to 5 means you leave the second. You are starting after 2. So 2:5 after 2 up to 5. So that will be printing it as Anjani, Shamma and Imma. So similarly, you come with -4:-1. So this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, so leave the -1. -1 is left. What you will get? Shamma is -2, Anjani -3, Harini -4. So it will be starting from Shamma, Anjani and Harini. So these three will be the final output what we are getting. Understood? So now you come for the new concept. What is the new concept you are having? Changing the tuples. So changing the tuples means, as according to the syllabus or the definition, tuples are immutable. So immutable means you can't change the values of the tuples. But here we consider the scenario changing the tuples. Okay, so changing the tuples means what should be done. So first I will take how to change the values in the tuples. So if you want to change the values of the tuples, you have to convert the tuple into list, then change the value in the list, and then you convert list to the tuple. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, changing the values in the tuples is not the way. So what you have to do, convert the tuple into list. You can convert the list. Okay, so convert the tuple into list and then make the change in the list, and once the change is done, convert the list into tuple. Understanding? So for that one, I am taking here start tuple, 5 values are there, we are printing. So come for the third line. So what is to be done? The tuple is to be converted into list. So what is the input? Tuple. What you should get? List. How you represent the list? List is represented using array brackets. Understand? So for that, you take it as stat tuple S is equal to list of stat tuple. So this one is going to convert the stat tuple is a tuple, is been converted into list. Understand? So under this list, now you are setting the value S of 1 is equal to Newton. So S of 1 means, so this is a, so this one is 0, this one is 1. Okay, so in place of Harini, you are placing what? Newton. Okay, so once you insert the, you made the change the list, now you have to convert that particular list into tuple. So conversion of list into tuple, we take it as, what is the input? List. So what is the list? S is the list, and that is been converted into tuple. So keep in your mind, while converting from tuple to list, you use list of stat tuple. What is stat tuple? It is a tuple name. Similarly, while converting list to the tuple, so you give it as tuple of S, where S is the list. And finally, when you print the value, you'll be getting. So see here, first you have got Harini, now you have got Newton. Understood? So now you come for the loop through tuple. So that means we are using the concept of loop. So we are using the concept of loop here. So using the concept of loop, so first you take all the stat tuples and print. So for X in stat tuple, so each and everything we consider it as X1, X2, X3, X4 and X5. Okay, so for X in stat tuple, so how many X values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are going to print this stat tuple. So inside the for loop, you have to undergo print. That's why I've given it as indentation. What is the meaning of indentation? So indentation means, so that means this should be executed inside. So when you run this program, so for each tuple, first tuple is Nithilan, next Harini, next Anjani, next Shamma, and next is Imma. So next you come for the searching the element in tuple using linear search. Now I am going to search for a tuple. Okay, so if you are going to search for a tuple, what should be there? tuple list will be there and the key element should be there. So first I have taken the tuple list and I have printed the tuple list. Now you enter the key element. What is the key element you are having? You have to enter. So that's why I'm taking it as input, enter the name. Okay, if the key element in stat tuple, so if key element in stat tuple, what it will show you? Yes, the key is in the stat tuple, else key is not found in the stat tuple. So how do you are going to use the linear search? By using this one. So you all know key double equals a of I. What is a? Array. So in place of array, we are having stat tuple. So in place of key, you are having same key. So there you are using if key double equals a of I. But in Python, you are using if key in stat tuple. Understanding? So now you come for the tuple length. So if you want to know the length of the tuple, so take it as print of stat tuple. So how many length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values will be printed there. So similarly, adding the items. Okay, so tuple add items. So in order to add the tuple to items to a tuple, what you will get? Can you add the items to the tuple directly? Suppose you take it as stat tuple is equal to this much. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth value I am inserting it as Kavita. Can I insert? Can I insert? No, you can't assign anything. So suppose if you want to add a new item for this tuple, what should be done? The tuple is to be converted into list, and there you can add an item to the list and then convert the list into tuple. Understanding? So once the tuple is created, you can't add any more items to the list, to that tuple. Understanding? That's why we are getting it as error. Tuple does not support item assignment. So that particular item cannot be assigned because the tuples are immutable. So what you create using the first one, that remains same. If you want to add the items, what should be done? You should convert that into list and you can change it. Understanding? So now you come for the next one. So tuple with one item. So how you give that tuple with one item? So first, after the giving the first item, you have to specify comma here. Understanding this one? So once you give the only one item is there, in order to take the one item, you have to give comma. So comma will mark the tuple with one item. So similarly, if you give the same thing, so first you run this too. So when you run this too, it will tell you class as tuple. So this type will print. If you give print of stat tuple, it will print Nissan. If you type of stat tuple, it will tell you it is a tuple because you have ended with comma. So similarly, if what happens if you do not give comma? If you do not give comma, it will take it as string. Understanding? So that is the only difference. If you give comma, it is considered as tuple. If you do not give comma, it will be considered as string. Okay, that is the error what you are getting. Now come for the remove the items from the tuple. So coming for removing the items, can you remove? So first you see here, so this is the tuple, print stat tuple. I have got the entire contents. Now I have gone with the delete stat tuple. So you can't remove one or two items from the tuple. So only thing you can do is delete the entire tuple. Understanding? You can't remove one or two items from the tuple. Okay, so if you want to remove, you should delete the entire tuple. So that's why I am giving it as del of stat tuple. So it will delete the entire tuple with all the 5 values. Understanding? So now once you give the delete operation del of stat tuple, if you want to print, what it will tell? So if you are after deleting, if you are printing the same stat tuple, you will get an error. What is the error? Stat tuple is not defined. The value is not there. It will tell you as values are not there here. So now you come for the next one. Join tuples using plus. Using joining tuples. So how many methods you have? So you have in list you have so many, that is using plus, using append, using extend and all. But when you come for here join tuples using only plus operator. So how many tuples should be needed? Two tuples. So I have taken it as one is stat tup, the other one is stat tup1. So stud new is equal to stat tup plus stat tup1. So printing all the values, first you will get all the contents of startup. So Nithilan, Harini, Hanjini, Shamma and Imma. After the Imma only startup one contents will be shared. What are the startup one contains? Darshana, Angeline, Sine and Soumya. Understood? So now code to create a tuple using tuple constructor. So till now we have gone with tuples, everything. Have you created any tuples? So here I have not created any tuples. So in order to create a new tuple, so what should be given? So here I am creating a new tuple called startup. So startup is equal to tuple of give all the contents. Okay, so this is the very important one. This is code to create a tuple. So in the previous and all, you have not created any tuples. Okay, so you have directly given something in brackets. Okay, but in order to create a new tuple, you have to use tuple constructor. So that is tuple name is equal to tuple. Inside that you give the brackets, all the elements. So when you print, it will show you all the values. So now you come for the tuple methods. So coming for the tuple methods, so how many methods you have? One is count, the other one is index. So count means, so it will show you tuple of, you give all the values and give it as startup dot count of imma. So where is imma? So count of imma, count number one, it will not contain the start from zero. Count will tell you one. Okay, so count is equal to zero, nothing. So if Nithilan is there, it is count of one. If imma is there, it is count of two. Suppose in place of imma, if you give it as Harini, it will show you 3. So count of Imma. Imma is how many times you are having? Imma is here as well as there. So it is going to take 2 times. Suppose there, if you give it as Harini, so here, if you give it as, so if you give it as Harini, how many times the Harini is there? So when you run that particular, it will show you it is 1 time. Understood? So that is, it will count totally how many names are there here. So suppose similarly the same thing, tuple method index. So all these exercises are there in your PPT only. Okay. So in the previous class, what are all the things I did? Everything is there. So index. So index will show you the tuple is in which index. So for that you take it as tuple, you give all the values. So next similarly, if you want to have the index of any value, so what is the value I have taken? I have taken it as Shamma. So where is the index value you are having? So index will start with 0 only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Shamma is at the index level, that is 4. Understood? So these are the basic programmings what we see in the tuple concept in the explained PPT. So now you come for the some of the programs. So some of the programs of using list as well as tuple. Okay, so first program is to find the largest number in the list. So keep in your mind, you are finding the largest number in the list. So here, from here, you go with some programs on both list as well as tuple. So first program I have taken, you have to find the largest number in the list. Okay, list is changeable value. So it contains a number of values which can be changed anytime. Understood? Whereas tuple is unchangeable value. So for that you gave it as A. So first you input total number of elements. So as you input the entire number of elements, how many elements? You take it as 3. So see the output here, I have given it. So it is of 3. So 3 will come under integer. That's why I have given it as int. If you don't give int means it is the syntax which only takes the character data. Understood? So if you are specifying int float, there you have to specify it as int input, enter the number of elements. Okay. So once you, so how many elements it should take? 3 elements. Then you have to insert each and every element. So for that you start from location. So location will, I am starting from one location. Okay, for I in range, so how many values you should take? Value 1, value 2 and value 3. So you have to start from 1 up to n plus 1. What is the n? total number of elements. So as you are starting with 1, there you have to give it as n plus 1. If you are starting at 0, here you can give it as n. Okay, so now you have to insert each and every element. So for that I will be taking it as b is a first element. B is equal to int of the element. Okay, so once you give the b, next you similarly you have to go with another two elements. So another two elements I will take it as a. So a dot append of b. So that means, so for the b, what is b value? It is a first element. You are appending the second element. So for that you take it as a dot append of b. So a dot append of b will append the second element, that is a, to the first element. Okay, so similarly the third element, that is a, it has been appended to b also. Once everything is done, you are going with a sort operation. So once the sort may be done or may not be done. Okay, so once the sort is there, you are printing the largest element. How to print the largest element? Largest element is a of n. So you can take it as a of n or a of n minus 1. So when you run, you will be getting this particular code. So I'm running this particular. So first it will ask for enter the total number of elements. So there you give it as 19, next 21, next 9. So out of that, which is the maximum value, it is 21. That will be printed here. So next you come for the program to print the even and odd numbers. So same sequence, total number of elements. So once total number of elements are there, now you are inserting one by one elements. So using which statements? The same statements what you have used in the previous. So B and append A to B. So B is the first value, A is the next value that will be appended. So once you append, next you go with a two series. One is odd, the other one is even. So once you give the values for each value, if any value modded with 2 will result in 0. So we appended it to even. So if it is not equal to 0, we append it to odd. So that is the finally you will get even list and odd list. So we are taking 4 values. There you give it as 1, 2, 3, 4. So even list and odd list will be printed here. Next you come for merging to list and sort it. Merging to list. Understanding? So keep in your mind, you are merging two list. Okay, so for that I will be taking it as first list is A and second list is C. So what about B? B is the elements what you place inside the list. Okay, so first you go with the first list. So inside first list A, how many elements you should get? Enter the total number of elements. So that elements there you have to insert. So for that you again go with 1 to n1 plus 1. So append B and append A to B. So that means it is used to take how many values? So how many elements you give in n1. So that is for list A. So similarly for list C, what should be done? You take total number of elements, that is n2. So now again you take it as C and D. So C and D is append each and everything to C. So now once you take all the values, what should be done? New is equal to A plus C. So merge to list means new is equal to A plus C, which is the first one, A, which is the second one, C. Okay, so each and every value will be appended to A. Here each and every value will be appended to C. So finally you are going to sort that one. Sorted list will be printed here. So here example you can take it. Enter the total number of elements 3. 1, 3, 5 are given. Again 3 elements 2, 4, 6. When you sort you will get like this. Okay, so now you come for the next one. Python program to sort the list according to second element in the sublist. So sort according to the second element. So sorting according to the second element. So first you take the list. So I have given it as A, B, C, D, C and E. Okay. So first you need to sort. So in order to sort, you have various sorting techniques. So in that I will go with a bubble sort. Okay. So bubble sort, you are sorting according to first element or what? You are sorting according to the second element. Okay, so which is the second element here? That is B. B21 is the second element. Starting from B, you are sorting the elements. Okay, so for that you range from, I will range from 0 to A, and J will range from I plus 1 to A. So 0 to A, and where will be the J? J will be after the I. So J will always start from I plus 1. If I starts at 0, J starts at 1. That is I plus 1. Okay, so now as you sort according to the second element, which is the second, this is 0th element, this one is first. So second element will have the index 1. So that's why we give it as if A of I1 greater than A of J1. Okay, what should be done? You swap the two elements by using the temporary variable. As you all know, you can sort the elements using temporary variable. First, A of j should be moved to temp. Next, A of I is moved to A of j. And finally, A of I will contain a temporary variable. So when you print, you will be sorting according to first comes B, next comes C, next comes E, finally you will get A. Understood. This is sorting the list according to second element. Suppose if you are sorting according to third element, so here you will place it as 2. So here you will be writing I2 and here you will write it as J2. Understood. So you can try that particular program. So similarly, now you find second largest number in the list using bubble sort. So suppose if you are second largest element using bubble sort, first here, but here it's not the case. I have taken it as tuple, but here you have to give the total number of elements and you have to give the second largest element. So how to get the second largest element? First you enter n number of elements. So in order to take each and every element, we are going with a for loop. So for B in range of 1 to m plus 1, for each and every element is B, and that B where it should be placed inside the list. So for that you're taking it as A dot append of B. What is A? A is the list. For that you are appending a number that is B. Okay, so like that it will take all the values. So after that, now you come for the bubble sort technique, what we have discussed in the previous program. So I will range from 0 to last, J will range from 0 to, so here I am taking, in the previous I have taken I plus 1 to len of A, but here I am taking it as 0. So there is no means, you can take it as I plus 1 also. I plus 1 comma len of A. So when I plus 1 is taking as 0, that I plus 1 will come right side. But you can take it as I plus 1 here. So now you have to check A of j greater than A of j plus 1. So now after that you will get all the thing, and second largest element. So second largest element will be A of n minus 1 will be the last element, and A of n minus 2 will be the second largest element. So that one will be printed here. So running this program, you will get like that. Okay, so now you come for the create a list of tuples. So that completes the programming part of list. Now you come for the tuple part. Okay, to create a list of tuples with first element as a number and second element as a square. Okay, first element ಬಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. So for that I take the two variables. So if you want a number with a square, how many digits? If suppose 3 square, first 3 is the lower number and its power 2 is the higher number. So the higher number will be taken as upper and lower number will be taken as lower range. So how many two numbers should be given? One is lower range, the other one is upper range. So lower range will be taking it as int input the lower range. Similarly, upper range you take it as int input the upper range. So what is to be calculated? Power is to be calculated. So for that I will be giving it as x star star 2. So what is x? Lower range is the x. What is x star star 2? You are finding the square. Okay, so that you are printing like this: lower range 3, upper range 3. So you will be giving it as 3 comma 9. Okay, so now you come for the next program. So next program is generate a random numbers and append them to the list. So generate a random numbers means how you are going to generate. So first you import a random function. that is simple. So append it to the list. So random number generate ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ಲಿಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. So there I have taken it as 20. So here I will put 20. So in total number of elements, how many elements you have to get? You can give it any 5 or 10. So random numbers from 1 to 20. So suppose if you want to get to random numbers from 1 to 20 for j in range of n. So in range of how many values? 5 values. So a dot append of random dot randint. Randint is the standard function. So you are going with a random. Random dot randint of 1 comma 20. So 1 comma 20 means it is the sequence numbers what we are giving for in between 1 to 20. Understand? So a dot append of random dot randint of 1 comma 20. So random list is here. So as I take the values from 1 to 20, when I go on executing this one, total number of elements I give it as 5. So in range of 1 to 20, how many values you make it? So all the elements will be printed here. Suppose if I run again, so if I give 5, the same elements you won't be getting. You'll be getting different elements here. So that is the word random. So now you come for the next concept, that is Python program that assigns variables. So create a packed tuple. So tuple can be created like using brackets. So I take it as the pair is equal to dog comma cat. So now you unpack the tuple by using key comma value is equal to pair, print key and print value. If you give like that, it will take dog and cat. Okay. So now you come for the next one. Python program that searches tuples. Search for a tuple. So tuple I created as pair, the same dog and cat. You are searching for a value. If cat in pair, if cat in pair, print cat found. If bird not in pair, print bird not found. If cat in pair, cat is there, yes, cat is found. So take it as cat found. If bird not in pair, bird not in pair, bird not found. So it will ask bird is not there, bird is there in pair, no, bird is not there. At that time you take it as bird not found. Understanding? So this is the entire hands-on sessions what we have seen. So I will give you the exercise sessions. So before that you go with this illustration. Understood? So this is the concept what we have seen, some of the programming examples using list and tuples hands-on at Google Colab. Understood? So now I will be, this is the complete hands-on sessions. I will be ending this particular window now. So kindly work through this particular exercises and learn something. Okay. I hope you all understood the concept. If any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you.